So Brad Stevens and the Boston Celtics have offered Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant. Let's talk about that. But first, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's hop straight into the video. Okay, so let me fill you in just in case you've been living under the rock. It literally started at 3 in the morning. ESPN sources, as Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant's trade request approaches fourth week, the Boston Celtics have emerged among teams engaged in talks on a possible deal. Now, that was from Woj. It was about 3 in the morning, and it literally sent everybody into a frenzy. He also dropped an article that we'll check out later in the video, but after Woj tweeted this, it kind of went silent until a few hours ago. We got a tweet from Shams that included more details, so let me go ahead and show y'all that. And this was this tweet from Shams. Sources, the Boston Celtics have offered a Jaylen Brown package to the Nets for Kevin Durant, which Brooklyn turned down and countered. Now, you're probably like, okay, hold up, wait a minute, Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant, but like, what else were the other pieces? And that's what we didn't know until you take a look into the article. And luckily, a good Samaritan in the comments literally has it down here. The Celtics offered Jaylen Brown, Derek White, a draft pick for Nets Kevin Durant, sources said. The proposal was rejected. Brooklyn has asked Boston in any proposal to include Jaylen Brown, Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart, draft pick, and potentially one more rotational player, from what I understand. And that literally sent everybody into a frenzy, because Jaylen Brown, they traded Derek White, they wanted Marcus Smart and another rotational player and some first round picks for Kevin Durant. Now let's go ahead and check out the article I said from Woj, because we got to get down to the bottom of this, because a lot of stuff is going on right now. Now here is what Woj had to say. As you see, he dropped this at 2:28 in the morning. Literally everybody was asleep, and then all of a sudden the internet was going crazy. So let's see what he had to say. As Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant trade request approaches 4-3, the Boston Celtics have emerged among teams engaged in talks and a possible deal. The Celtics appear no closer in acquiring Durant than others in discussions with the Nets, but Boston's ability to include All-Star forward Jaylen Brown as a centerpiece and offers deals to help make the team formidable in pursuit, sources said. The Miami Heat, Phoenix Suns, Toronto Raptors have been well known to have varied degrees of interest in Durant, but the Celtics have also been in regular contact with the Nets, sources said. Now I would say, like, there was another NBA insider that did come out and say that even though this was reported today that the Celtics and Nets have been talking, that started trade requests today, but he said that this wasn't nothing new. They have been having conversations. They just weren't the top teams like the Phoenix Suns, Miami Heat, and the Raptors. But let's continue to see what Woj has to say. There are no deals believed to have traction for Durant, and no team has yet to reach significant threshold that the Nets have set to trade one of the league's most talented players, sources said. The Nets' posture on a good potential trade has been largely unchanged. They want a massive return that potentially includes multiple unprotected first-round picks, pick swaps, and impactful players for Durant, sources said. Now, I would say, as much as I love Durant, Durant's still one of the best players in the league, but I'm starting to think his value is starting to be like teams aren't really valuing Kevin Durant like they should, if that makes any sense. The Celtics considered all NBA forward Jason Tatum off limits in any trade talks, as you should, but Boston is able to construct a package for Durant that could include Jaylen Brown, as many as 3 unprotected first round picks, 2025, 27, and 29, and 2 pick swaps, 24 and 26. Brown, age 25, has 2 years and a $56 million left on his current contract. Durant, 12-time All-Star and 2-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, asked for a trade on June 30th. It's been that long already. Wow. Hasn't backed off the request. At 33 years old, Durant has 4 years, $198 million left on his contract, which means Brooklyn can be patient with waiting out teams for the kind of return it release it would eventually emerge for a star player reaching that trade. The Celtics defeated the Nets 4-0 in the Eastern Conference first-round playoff series last season and built the core for their current team in part of the draft compensation from the 2013 trade that sent Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce to the Nets. Both Tatum and Brown were acquired through Brooklyn. Now, you're probably wondering what Jaylen Brown had to say about all this. Well, he simply tweeted, shaking my head. We feel you, Jaylen Brown. We feel you. All right, so let's talk about it. Now, this completely came out of nowhere. like I said, it was 3 in the morning when Woj tweeted this. Then Woj kind of went silent until we got that tweet from Shams. And come to find out that the package that was included with Jaylen Brown was Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and 3 first-round picks. But the Brooklyn Nets was like, no, we want Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Marcus Smart, one more of your rotational players, not just any player, a bench player. They wanted another one of their rotational players. That's 4 rotational players, and they wanted 3 first-round picks, which was like, I get it, but if I'm Brad Stevens, I know you want Kevin Durant, but after seeing what y'all just did and how y'all made it to the finals, I would be like, you're probably fine. Like don't get me wrong, any team should be out there to get Kevin Durant. I believe every team should be trying to put their bid in for Kevin Durant. But as a team that just went to the finals, I think you stick with this core because like y'all were only but this close. Y'all were only but this close, and y'all gotta understand, y'all went against literally the Golden State Warriors, who's one of the best dynasties we've ever seen in the NBA. But then again, it's like when you trade for Kevin Durant in Boston, it's like you're not winning for the long term. It's like you want to win now, which I understand you do. But Jason Tatum, it ain't nothing but 25, 24, 25. He hasn't really even entered his prime, and we see how good he is before he's even really entered his prime. And Jaylen Brown is like, if we want to be real here, Jaylen Brown was probably the best player on the Celtics in the finals. Like JT struggled a little bit, but Jaylen Brown, I'm not saying Jaylen Brown was out there doing it all, but he looked pretty good in the finals. But it's just a lot going on because like I said, this really came out of nowhere. And as I said earlier in the video, I believe that teams like Kevin Durant, he holds a lot of value, but I don't think he holds as much as like it's how you say this. I don't think Kevin Durant's value is the same like it was like a year ago. If that makes any sense. Like I feel like his value has dropped slightly, or like not a lot, but I feel like it's dropped just a little bit. And the fact that the Nets are asking for so much, it's going to be hard to trade Kevin Durant. Like you would think it wouldn't, considering it's Kevin Durant, but what they're asking for from any team is going to make any general manager be like, okay, wait a minute, let's rethink this. And considering that Kevin Durant, what they say he had 3 years, 198 million, so like they can wait and hold Kevin Durant because he's under contract, so like they can wait for a team that's willing to give them all the picks and players that they want. So like they kind of have like, I wouldn't say like it's kind of a 50-50. It's like they have the leverage, but then they don't have the leverage, if that makes any sense to y'all. It makes sense to me, but like just take that with a grain of salt. But it's just a lot going on. Like I said, the whole Boston Celtics thing literally came out of nowhere. But yeah, we saw what Jaylen Brown had to say. Jaylen Brown was simply just shaking my head, because as a player that was drafted to this team and considered a part of the core for the long run, this came out of nowhere. Because like nobody expected the Celtics to hop into trying to get Kevin Durant. Like everybody thought it was going to just be the same team that it was going to be the Phoenix Suns, the Raptors, and the Heat. Like nobody even thought about the Celtics. So it did come out of nowhere. But Celtics fans, y'all let me know how y'all feeling. NBA fans, let me know how would y'all feel if Kevin Durant got traded to the Celtics, because I know that could change up a lot of things in the NBA. But with that being said, I gave y'all my opinion. Give me y'all opinion in the comments. With that being said, always drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm gonna catch you next video. We out of here. Peace.